The last house on my delivery route. I've been doing late-night food delivery for about a year now. It's easy money, quiet roads, minimal traffic. Most orders come from tired college students, hospital workers, or people too lazy to cook at midnight. You learn the rhythm of the town after a while. Which streets are safe, which apartment complexes never tip, which houses leave the porch light on. And then there was that one house, the last house on my delivery route. At least, that's what the app called it. The address didn't quite show up right on GPS. The pin always landed a little off, like the map didn't fully recognize the road. I figured it was just outdated satellite data. The first order came in at 12:47 a.m. One large pepperoni pizza, one bottle of water, no contact delivery. Instructions: don't knock, just leave it at the door. Pretty normal, except for the total, 13 or 13. I remember that because it made me pause, but I brushed it off. First delivery. The house sat at the very edge of town, past the last street light. No neighbors close by, no cars in the driveway. It didn't look abandoned, but it didn't look lived in either. No lights on when I pulled up. The air felt colder there. I don't mean that metaphorically. My car's temperature display dropped 3 degrees as I turned onto the gravel driveway. I grabbed the pizza, walked up to the porch. Halfway to the door, the porch light flicked on. No sound, no movement, just click. I froze. Then I laughed at myself. Motion sensor. Obviously. I set the food down, took the confirmation photo, got back in my car. As I drove away, I glanced at the upstairs window, and I swear, I thought I saw movement behind the glass, but it was dark. Too dark to be sure. I told myself it was just reflection. Second delivery. 3 nights later, at 1:03 a.m., the same order came in. Same house. Same instructions, same total, 1313. That's when I felt it, that subtle drop in my stomach. Still, money's money. I drove out there again. This time, the upstairs light was already on when I arrived. Not bright, just dim enough to see the outline of the window frame. The house looked exactly the same. No car, no sound, no signs of life. I stepped onto the porch, and that's when I looked up, just for a second. Just out of curiosity, and I saw someone standing in the upstairs window, perfectly still, watching me. I couldn't make out details, just a silhouette. Same height as me, same build. I felt this wave of irritation more than fear, like, if you're home, why not just grab the food? I quickly set the order down and walked back to my car. But before I got in, I looked up again. The window was empty, the light was off, and my phone buzzed. New order received, from the same address, timestamp 1:11 a.m. I hadn't even marked the first one as delivered yet. When I checked my delivery history later that night, both orders were gone. No record, no payment pending, nothing. It was like they never happened. I even contacted support. They said there was no order associated with that address in the system. I almost convinced myself I imagined it. Until the third delivery. The third order came through while I was still sitting in my car outside the house. I hadn't even left yet. Same order, same total, but this time, the customer name wasn't blank. It was mine, spelled correctly, first and last. I felt my hands go numb on the steering wheel. I checked the profile. The phone number listed was mine. I called it. My own phone started ringing in my hand. No caller ID, just ringing from itself. Then it stopped. And the porch light turned on again, slowly, like it was waking up. I should have driven away. Instead, I stepped out of the car. I don't know why. It felt automatic, like I wasn't fully in control of my body. The gravel sounded too loud under my shoes. The night felt too quiet. No insects, no wind, nothing. I walked up to the porch, and this time, I didn't look at the food in my hands. I looked straight at the upstairs window. The light was on. And someone was standing there again, clearer now, closer to the glass. It was me. Not just similar, not just same height. It was my face, my jacket, even the small tear near the pocket. But the version upstairs wasn't nervous. He wasn't confused. He was smiling, a slow, patient smile. My phone buzzed again. I didn't look away from the window. Another notification. Order delivered. I hadn't moved. I was still holding the pizza. The app refreshed on its own, and I watched my status change from driver to delivered. The profile picture updated. It was a dark photo of a person standing in an upstairs window, watching a delivery driver on a porch. My breath fogged in front of me, and the version upstairs raised his hand, not waving, just placing his palm against the glass, inviting. I finally looked down at the porch. The pizza bag was gone, the bottle of water was gone, and the front door was open, just slightly, enough to see darkness inside. My phone battery dropped from 42% to 3% in seconds, then 2%, then 1%. Before it died, one last notification appeared. Thank you for your order. I don't remember walking inside. I don't remember deciding to. I just remember the feeling, like stepping into somewhere I'd already been, like coming home. Now I'm standing upstairs, looking out through the window. The porch light just turned on again. There's a car pulling up the driveway. I recognize it. It's mine. The driver steps out. He looks nervous, confused. He's holding a large pepperoni pizza and a bottle of water. I smile. He hasn't seen me yet, but he will. They always do. And when he does, I think I'll finally get to leave.